All right. Thank you all for coming to today's press conference. Great turnout. I really appreciate the support from all the UK media. Thank you. This is important for us. It's important, of course, for all of the fighters here, but it's very important for us, for Golden Boy, and for Amir Khan Promotions as well. To put on this show here in Sheffield. We're looking forward to that. I think it's a terrific event, top to bottom. I was looking at the card. There are 11 fights. I think that must be a new record, at least for us, to have 11 fights. So make sure the fans who are going to be here locally are going to come early, because there's some great local talent in great matchups. And then, of course, we have a great televised card. It's called The Return of the King, but we might as well have called it the Night of the Olympians, because there's a lot of Olympic talent here on this card. I really think this is going to be a little bit of everything. We have some of the best boxers, some big punchers. So I think no matter what you like in boxing, you are going to see it here in Sheffield come Saturday night. The main event in Amir Khan and Julio Diaz is a 12-round fight at 143-pound catch weight. It is a tremendous opportunity for Julio, and it's tremendous pressure for Amir Khan to perform here in front of his hometown. So for Julio, it's an opportunity. He's been there, he's been a world champion, and he knows that a win over Amir Khan will put him right back on top of the division, and he's here to capture that opportunity. He's a terrific boxer, he's a big puncher as well, and those of you who think that this is going to be an easy fight for Amir Khan, they better think twice. Now Amir Khan knows that, he prepares well for all of his fights. He knows that there's added pressure on him performing here in front of his home crowd, and I'm sure he's going to be ready to perform at his best. With two young fighters turning pro, that's always an interesting aspect of any card. With Haroon Khan, we have Amir's brother turning pro, and of course with Anthony Ogogo, we have one of the most talked about Olympians from the last Olympics turning pro here. We're very, very excited about this. The fight is, as I mentioned, promoted by Golden Boy and Khan Promotions. It's sponsored by JD Sport, Maxi Muscle, Pasha, and Hollywood Milkshakes. Tickets are still available. They're priced at $75, $125, $200, and $300. We do expect somewhere around 8,000 to 10,000 people on Saturday night to cheer on Amir Khan. So make sure, take the opportunity, come here, because it's not every day that you see that kind of world championship boxing at the highest level coming to town. Box Nation is going to televise the fight for those of you who can't make it. Box Nation Sky Channel 437 or Virgin Channel 546 will carry the card live. And I want to thank Francis Warren and his team at Box Nation to put their promotional muscle and effort behind this card and televising it here in the UK. In the United States, the card will be carried as part of a big night of boxing on Showtime. We will see first, for the viewers in the US, they will see the fight between Danny Garcia and Zab Judah as the lead-in, and then they will see Amir. They will be able to see as well the fight between Deontay Wilder and Audley Harrison, and of course Anthony Ogogo and Haroon Khan as well. So great night of boxing for the viewers in the US. The official weigh-in is this Friday, April the 26th at 3:30 at the English Institute of Sport at the Badminton Hall, and it is open to the public, so we encourage the public to be there and see the fighters as they hopefully will make weight. The doors open at 4:30 and the first fight starts at 5 p.m. I'd like to introduce to you now Asif Wali from Khan Promotions to make some opening remarks.
Thank you, Richard. Good afternoon, everybody, and assalamu alaikum to everybody. First of all, thank you for the press for coming down. We appreciate your help and support. This is our first promotion with Golden Boy Promotions in the UK. Khan Promotions will be promoting this great undercard and a great co-feature and a main feature. We've been really excited to do this. It's been hard, it's been tough in making the fights, but we've got there. And there's so many people to thank, so very quickly I'll just mention a few. Thank you Motorsport Arena Sheffield. Thank you for all the guys at Golden Boy Promotions, especially all the phone calls with Julio Diaz. Sat there throughout the night and trying to get the undercard done. David Iskowicz, Monica Sears. I'm going to call him Ronaldo, but it's Armando. I keep calling him Ronaldo, but Armando from Golden Boy, and of course Emmanuel as well, Manny, who was out over the few weeks as well. Anybody I missed in Golden Boy, I apologise. And then moving on to my team, great friend, great colleague, my mentor, who I've looked up to, Haroon Khan. I know he's here somewhere. Must be a very, very proud father. There he is, still at the wall. Very hard working behind the scenes with Uncle Taz, and I'm sure Taz is here somewhere, and Saj Mohammed and Amir Khan from my team. I would normally acknowledge Haroon Khan in the team, but this time around I can't do that. So I've got to acknowledge Haroon as a debutant, as a great guy, making his debut, doing tremendously well in his training camp. Must be very proud. I'm very proud. I don't know how Shah is feeling. I'm very proud that he sat on the top table. He's got tremendous talent and a very huge potential in the professional boxing game. So from our point of view, we wish him all the best for Saturday night, and I'm sure he's a champion in the future. Our sponsors, JD, main sponsor JD, Maximuso, Pasha, Hollywood Milkshakes. Many thanks to them for sponsoring the event. We're here in Sheffield. We're nearly there. Saturday coming up. The great Prince Nassim Ahmed, Johnny Nelson, they've all fought from here. It's a great boxing city. Amir Khan now making his first time out in Sheffield. It's going to be great, it's going to be exciting, with an undercard of Audley Harrison and Deontay Wilder. Two big hitters doing a fantastic job. Deontay, thank you for coming into the UK and taking the fight on. And Audley, we all know about Audley and his prize fighter and what he's done over the last 6 months. He's back in the country again, he's here, he's taking a fight. You've got to give him great credit for taking a fight. And I know a lot of people don't give him a chance, but I can tell you, Audley's here to fight. And he's here to make a statement. And he's been in camp, and I've talked to him over the last 5 to 6 weeks, and he's here to do a job on Deontay. So that's a great undercard fight. I'd like to mention Anthony Ogogo and wish him all the best. Coming off the Olympics, did a tremendous job. Anthony, again, making his debut on a 6-round fight. His team here from the Wasserman Media Group as well at the front. And a former world champion sat in front of me, Nate Campbell. Thank you for coming across, Nate. It's been hard. It's been tremendous that you're here, and we appreciate. I know Terry. I think Terry's just turned up. Terry Flanagan is in traffic, and Terry Sachs are in traffic, but when them guys do get here, that's a great fight. The likes of Terry Flanagan fighting a former world champion, never heard of, in the UK. So we're here trying to give young people chances as well. Same goes for the undercard. We hear the likes of Rick Godin being on the undercard, and Johnny Case and Gary Sachs. Amazing fight on the undercard for the English title. And it's going to be electric. The Yorkshire lads, one Yorkshire, one Lancashire, and that's going to be tremendous for the fight public. So what another great fight we've got. Last but not least, the Diaz team. I'd like to thank you for coming across, and sharing a hotel with them guys is not easy, because I know how good they are. They're very professional guys. We've tried to give you all the support and encouragement and help. We know you're very courteous, very respectful, and I appreciate it, and it's been a pleasure working with you. I wish you all the best. Good luck for the weekend, and hopefully you'll enjoy your stay here as well. And let me just talk about this guy on the right hand side, Amir Khan. I always say this and I say it again, for him to come back into the UK and fight and do what he's got to do and make his sacrifices abroad, tremendous credit to him and his team, Virgil and Carlos and Anthony, you know, the sparring partners, and he's here trying to help the public that's out there to say, listen, this is me again, Amir Khan, fighting in the UK. I'm here, come and watch me, I'm trying my best. He's a great guy, he's a great citizen for UK and Pakistan. He doesn't need to fight in the UK, but he keeps pushing me to get here in the UK. And when he does fight, he doesn't earn the money he earns in the US, but there's still people out there giving the knocks and knocking him back. Give him some credit, because he's here showing the UK that he's here fighting for UK, Pakistan and everybody else. He's a great role model, does tremendous amount of stuff outside the boxing ring. So let's get behind him and support him. And that's me saying it because he puts a lot of hard work and effort into it. So give him some credit that's out there. So thank you very much everybody, and enjoy the night on Saturday. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Steve, and I want to thank as well Joe Walden from the Motorpoint Arena in Sheffield for his support for staging this fight. I'd like to thank the British Boxing Board of Control, Charles Giles, and the chairman, and Robert Smith, the general secretary. I want to thank them for supporting this card, but I want to thank them as well. Golden Boy has been officially licensed in the UK as a promoter. Our point man in the UK is Emmanuel Manny Breffin, who's been on the board of the De La Hoya Foundation for almost 15 years, and he's our official license holder and part of Golden Boy. So thank you, Manny, and thank you for the British Boxing Board of Control. We're very excited to be able now to stage fights here in the UK. I'd like to thank Stephen Espinosa, the Executive Vice President, Head of Sports for Showtime, for supporting this card. And as I mentioned before, I'd like to thank Francis Warren of Box Nation. I'd like to turn it over to Francis now to make a few comments.
Thanks very much, Richard, and to Asif and to everyone at Golden Boy and Khan Promoters. Sorry. Start again. Thanks very much, Richard, and to Asif and everyone at Khan Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions. Box Nation are absolutely delighted to secure the rights to broadcast this weekend's boxing from Sheffield. This is going to be a fantastic night of boxing. I don't think I can add to anything Richard and Asif have already said. But we're very much excited to have this on the channel. Box Nation is going from strength to strength, week by week. Last weekend we had Nathan Kevin's WBO light heavyweight the title defence at Wembley, followed by Alvarez Trap. This weekend obviously we have Amir's fantastic fight against Diaz, followed by Martinez against Murray from Live from Argentina. And the following week we've got Floyd Mayweather live and exclusive from Las Vegas. So, Box Nation is the home of boxing in the UK. It's the home of boxing biggest stars, and we're delighted that Amir's homecoming is going to be live and exclusive on Box Nation. The Undercard as well is going to be fantastic for boxing in the UK. I think the guys have done a fantastic job in bringing over some great US talent, and as well as the pro debuts of Anthony Ogogo and Haroon Khan. We're just encouraging people to subscribe early at www.boxnation.com, because I'm sure we're going to get a pretty huge influx last minute. So get in early, make sure you sat down in front of the TV first thing Saturday night, and make sure you enjoy a good night's boxing. Good luck to all fighters involved on Saturday night.
Thank you, Francis. It's really terrific the kind of support Box Nation shows to boxing here in the UK. And they show the best of British boxing, but they do show as well the best of global boxing. And I think that's very important. It's for me like I'm a big football fan. If I would be stuck in the United States, only being able to watch the US soccer, I wouldn't be a very happy camper. Of course, I want to see global soccer. I want to see the Premier League. I want to see La Liga. I want to see the international games, and I think that's exactly what Box Nation is doing when it comes to boxing. They really show the best fights, and I want to thank Box Nation for their support and their commitment to the sport here and to the sport and fight fans in the UK. We already talked about the non-televised portion, so I'm not going to cover that again. Asif, I think, did a good job and outlined the terrific local talent which we will have on the card here. Great matchups, great fights, but I do want to pick out one of the fights, which is the undefeated Manchester prospect Terry Turbo Flanagan taking on former unified lightweight world champion Nate the Galaxy Warrior Campbell of Jacksonville, Florida in a 10-round lightweight bout. We had the pleasure to work with Nate for many of his fights. He's a terrific fighter, he's a terrific person as well, and yes, he was the undisputed lightweight world champion, so he knows what it takes to perform at the very top. I want to thank him for coming here to Sheffield, and he wants to see if he can turn back the clock and climb the mountain again and become world champion, because he's not taking this fight just because if it would be just because, he wouldn't have come to Sheffield. He's coming here to win, and he's doing that as a part of a bigger picture, so he's certainly going to give the young prospect from Manchester a very, very stern test. I'd like to turn it over to Nate Campbell to say a few comments.
Good morning. Hello, Sheffield. Happy to be here. Hope that you come out to watch this fight on Saturday night. It's going to be a great, great show. A lot of good fights on the card. Hoping that everyone shows up to support. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. Now we're going to, I think my microphone went out. Thank you. So now we're going to the televised portion of the card, where we will have, where we'll open up the night with Haroon Khan, who represented Pakistan in the 2010 Commonwealth Games, who will make his pro debut in a 4-round junior bantamweight fight against Brett Fidor from Fenton here in the UK. I'd like to introduce some of the Team Khan members. Audley Harrison, Haroon Khan's assistant trainer, and Oliver Harrison, Haroon Khan's trainer, who I'd like to ask to the podium and make a few comments.
Sorry, Richard. Oliver's actually, as people know, he's gone across to South America in Martin Murray's corner for the World Championship fight. So for this fight, Virgil Hunter is going to be helping Haroon in the corner. So apologies from Oliver, and I will back to you, Richard.
Okay, thank you. So I'd like to turn it over then to Haroon Khan. Certainly a lot of pressure for a young man to turn pro in front of his hometown, on the same bill as his brother is fighting, but I'm sure he's well prepared, I'm sure he's excited, and he's going to be ready to go. So please welcome, for the first time now as a pro, the 2010 Commonwealth Games bronze medalist for Pakistan and junior ABA champion, Four Nations champion, Haroon Khan.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm just going to keep it short and simple. Excited about the weekend coming. First pro fight on a big bill, exciting bill. Just looking forward to it. I want to thank my sponsors, JD Sports, Pasha, and also Hollywood Shake. And I just can't wait to get in that ring there and show my talent and show what I'm capable of. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Haroon. Then, talking about young prospects turning pro, I'm really pleased, excited that Anthony Ogogo is going to be turning pro here on Saturday night. He is, in my opinion, the total package. That's why we signed him to Golden Boy as well, and he's part of the Golden Boy team. He has the looks, he has the skills, he has the personality, and he has the charisma. So I really see when you have these kind of ingredients, I feel that this is going to be somebody who is really going to capture the boxing world and the sports world on the professional side by storm. He is represented by Dean Baker, who I worked with very closely during the signing process. Dean is with Wasserman Media Group, and it's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Dean Baker, who is going to make a few comments. Dean, here is the microphone.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, just very briefly, it's exciting to be here, Anthony's debut. When we signed up with Golden Boy on a long-term commitment, we put our full trust in Richard and the team, and they've delivered every step of the way so far. They promised big shows, exciting shows. They promised a UK debut, so it's absolutely delivered. Anthony's in great shape, worked really hard over the last 8-10 weeks. It's going to be exciting for us. It's the start of a new journey, and yeah, very exciting. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. And assuming everything goes well for Anthony, you're absolutely right. The idea is, as I mentioned before, to have him build him up in the US and in the UK, and the same is true for Haroon. And so if everything goes well, Saturday night we have plans for a quick turnaround in the US. But Anthony Ogogo, obviously a member of the 2012 British Olympic team, who got a bronze medal there in a very inspiring performance. He's a former amateur star who won a junior Olympic gold medal, silver medals at the Commonwealth Games by defeating then the #1 rated Singh, and the European Championships as well. So he has a long storied amateur background, and I'm sure it's going to serve him very well when he's going to be turning pro now on Saturday night. So it's a pleasure for me to introduce to you Anthony Ogogo.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Yeah, I just want to say I'm thrilled, for making my debut on such a brilliant card. Sit next to people like Audley, who, I stayed up to the early hours of the morning to watch him win his gold medal in 2000. So and Amir as well. I was on an England squad watching Amir win his silver medal in Crystal Palace, cheering him on the TV. So to be making my pro debut on the same card with a guy like this, it's quite surreal really. And like Dean said, I've trained really hard. I'd like to thank Golden Boy for giving me this amazing opportunity. This is why I wanted to sign with Golden Boy, because they give me the opportunity to box in front of 10,000 people in Sheffield Arena. So I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been training really hard, and I want to make a bit of a splash now and continue to kick on and move forward. So thanks everyone, and hope everyone enjoys the show. I'm sure it's going to be really good. And I'm really looking forward to fighting. So thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. I want to acknowledge as well Mickey Cantwell, who is Anthony's trainer. He's here on the podium as well. Now, talking about the medals at the Olympics, we're moving on to the gold medal winner from the 2000 Olympics, and that of course is Audley Harrison. I'd like to acknowledge Kelvin Travis, Harrison's co-trainer, and like to ask Phil Paulina, Harrison's co-trainer as well, to say a few comments. Phil?
Yeah, I've been with Audley about 6 fights. We've only had one loss, and he's in the best shape, best balance. He's ready more than he's ever been, so you're going to see the best of Audley. And I think the prize fighter kind of showed it a little bit, and I'm very proud of Audley right now.
Thank you. Now, with a record of 31-6 from Harleston, England, Audley Harrison.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're live. Alright, well, good afternoon. And really excited about this show. Firstly, obviously, big respect to Khan Promotions, big respect to Golden Boy for making this fight happen with me and Deontay. Obviously, I've got a lot of love for Deontay, so it's nothing personal, this is strictly business. It's a shame it's Deontay that I'm going to have to go through to get to my goals. But, that's the way it is. Prize fighter, I showed, 2 years that I've got left in boxing. It's been a long struggle for me to get back to where I've been talking about, I lost my mojo, I lost my love for boxing. 2004, like I said, I fell out of love with boxing. And it's been a long journey to get myself back to where I am today, which is in control of myself, mentally and physically. Boxing and anything, activity, is 9% mental on the day. And as you saw, from Danny Williams 1, I lost control of myself. And anyone who knows my story, and especially my amateur career, the same thing happened in the amateur career. I didn't go to the Olympics as a favourite. I lost in the World Championship the year before. I didn't even go to the Commonwealth Games as a favourite. I won the ABA title twice. I lost 4 times trying before I won the ABA, then I went twice. I'm probably down as the amateurs, I'm probably down as one of Britain's greatest ever amateur boxers. Olympic gold, Commonwealth gold, 2-time national champion. But there was so much failure in that process, because it's the process of learning. And you lose, you learn the lesson, and you come back. And so as a professional, really it's kind of mirrored my amateur career. So I know how it's going to end. You know, they say God gives the biggest burdens to those who can endure. Obviously I was strong enough to go through, and my journey will be completed as a world champion. There's no doubt in my mind. I know that's for some of you guys, this guy's delusional, he's crazy. No doubt in my mind. My amateur career is already giving you what's going to happen. It's already showing you how it's going to end. So when other people lose, Amir Khan lost early in his career, David Hay lost to Carl Thompson early in his career, Lennox Lewis lost early in his career, Vladimir Klitschko, probably now going to go in the Hall of Fame, a complete fighter now. When he lost to Ross Purity, it's all part of the journey. But when I lose, it's somehow separated from other people. Every time I've lost, look how I've come back. When I lost to Danny Williams, part 2, I almost killed Danny Williams in the second fight. Michael Sprott, I fought him with one arm for 8 rounds, knocked him out in the last round. So it's all been part of the process, all part of learning. Deontay Wilder is a great prospect. Total respect for him. I know what he's bringing. He don't know how to lose yet. I've had him in camp. I know how dangerous he is. Dangerous as hell with the right hand. So I know what he brings. But I'm back. Mentally, I'm back. Physically, like I said, I showed a little something in the prize fight, just to show you that I'm back. It was 3 fighters, and that wasn't like little journeymen from nowhere. Those guys were decent European competition. Some of them were like Travis Walker was an American gatekeeper. You know, he's a tough guy to get past. I blitzed through that competition. So I said, after the prize fight, all I want now is an opportunity to prove myself on the world stage. And I had that opportunity on Saturday night, so I couldn't ask for anything more. And like I said, respected Deontay Wilder, nothing but love. But obviously we're going to war on Saturday night, and obviously I'm confident that I'm going to be victorious. Respect, turn up. Obviously it's a great card. The Olympian show, you might as well call it, like you said. You've got a gold medalist, silver medalist, bronze medalist. It's a huge show. 2 bronze medalists, Anthony and Deontay. So it's a huge show. So as we like to say, tune in, check it out. You're going to see what the fuss is about. And Nate Campbell as well. So big up. It's going to be exciting.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Audley. Always colourful, and yes, I think this is extremely meaningful fight for Audley, and it's a very meaningful fight for Deontay, and I think this is the kind of fight which will end with a bang. So certainly that's the kind of fight you don't want to leave your chair. You want to make sure you have your beer or whatever you're going to have ready, and you don't have to move. You want to be there to see that. Deontay Wilder is an amazing talent. We're talking about talent, the Olympic background. He first stepped in the ring in 2005 and only 3 years later won a bronze medal at the 2008 Olympics. So it really shows you that this is somebody who was born with the talent, and you know, we've heard it from Floyd Mayweather, hard work and dedication. I think this is exactly what Deontay Wilder stands for, hard work and dedication. He's a tremendous young man, has 27 fights, 27 wins, all 27 by knockout, and I've been there at several of those knockouts, and it's really quite something. He is just an amazing natural talent. I'd like to acknowledge his trainer, Mark Breland, and his manager, Jay Diaz, who is going to be making a few comments. Jay, can you hand the microphone down there, please? Thank you.
Usually I don't even need a microphone. You've got 11 fights on the card. I encourage everybody to be at the show, because even if you break it down to how much you're paying per fight, it's a tremendous value, and it's here in Sheffield. And I know I'm biased on this, but I think Deontay and Audley is the X factor of the entire card. It's the one that just you have to see. Deontay's worked very hard. He's excited to be here. He was in camp with Audley and treated extremely well by the Harrison camp. We know him well. We're friends, but at the same time, this is the step that has to be made to get to the next step. So we're very excited to be here in the home of Naseem Hamed and Brendan Ingle and Junior Witter and all those guys that came, and we want to bring boxing back here in a big way, because if this show is successful, then bigger shows are on the way as well. So thank you very much for having us, and we're extremely excited to be here.
Thank you, Jay. You know, when you look at the heavyweight landscape, which has been dominated for so long by the Klitschko's, I think it's refreshing to see now that you have a group of young heavyweights which are starting to make some noise again. Here in the UK, of course, you have David Price, you have Tyson Fury. In the US, we have Deontay Wilder at the top of the list there. You have Seth Mitchell, who had a setback and has to go and redeem himself. But suddenly you have new, fresh names being talked about when it comes to the heavyweight division. And the heavyweight division has been traditionally the glamour division of the sport. So to see this fight here between Audley Harrison and Deontay Wilder, I think is really something very special. It's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you the undefeated, with the record of 27-0, Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I got a punch. I'm gonna force her off. Good morning, England. You know, every morning that I'm waking up, I'm smiling, looking out my window, you know, glancing at the beautiful sight that we have, you know, smelling the fresh air of England, just thinking, I'm finally here, you know. I done talked to many of my fans on Twitter, and the conversation always been, when you come to England to fight, when you gonna be over here? And I always can say, you know, one day soon. I say, one day soon, I'm coming, one day soon. And through the things of Khan Promotion and Golden Boy, that one day soon is definitely a reality. And I'm smiling now because I get to display my talent and show my excitement and my passion for this game, because I take it very seriously. And while I'm the next heavyweight champ, I get to show the people of England live and in person why I do what I do and how I do it, and look good doing it. You know, that one day is now Saturday. Motor Point Arenas. I'm super excited. I can't wait. It's been a long time coming. I'm in shape. I'm feeling great. And I couldn't have an even better opponent, you know. You can say what you want about Audley, man, but you gotta give him credit, man. This guy's a warrior, you know. He falls, he get back up, he falls, he get back up, and when you have people like that, man, you gotta watch out for them, because they're the people that can upset you, the people that can make amazing happen in the end of their career. So I'm definitely not taking them lightly. And you know, when I got into this camp, man, we built a relationship, man. He's like a big brother to me, man. They really showed me love when I went down there, so I got mad respect for him. But like you said, this is not personal, it's just strictly business. This is the path sometimes that when people meet each other and build a relationship, they have to face each other. You know, this is the path we had to go down. And then, you know, we had to put on our warrior face and had to, you know, have a certain feeling about each other, because if we don't, then we wouldn't be able to give out a good show, you know. I come to bring the best of Deontay Wilder, and deep in my heart, I think Audley's gonna come and bring the best of Audley Harrison. You know, that's why I'm not taking him light. I feel he's gonna perform, he's gonna show up this time. He's gonna do what he come to do, you know, and try to get to the top. The only thing about it, I'm trying to get to the top too, man. Everybody can't make it to the top. It's only gonna be one come Saturday night, And if you don't have confidence in yourself, then ain't nobody else gonna have confidence, and I can't see myself losing. You know, I'm not trying to set myself back out, you know, and people know what I do. They calling me the knockout king worldwide, so I gotta keep that name, man. You know, it's tough. I didn't get it. You know, it was given to me. I didn't say it, you know, but I gotta keep it going, man. It's no pressure. I love this game, but the only two different things about, the only difference between me and him is I'm mean and lean. I'm slick and quick. I'm agile, mobile, and hostile, baby. I got the heart of a lion. He got one jab, he got one stick, well, a lip stick with a limp dick. And if you bet on this fight, better put all money on me, or else. Or else. Or else. You will see. Bomb Squad!
Thank you, Deontay. Now, that's a tough act to follow. So let's move to the main event. I told you guys this is going to be a fight you don't want to miss between those two guys. But another one you don't want to miss is the fight between Amir Khan and Julio Diaz. Somebody asked me this morning for an interview, and they asked me, well, do you think Julio Diaz is going to be able to get a fair shake here on the judges' cards when he goes to the judges' cards? I said, I don't think it's going to go to the judges' cards. I think either Julio is going to knock Amir out or Amir is going to knock Julio out. That's the kind of fight that's going to be. Julio Diaz is totally motivated. If he needs to, he can box, but he can bang. You look at his record. He's here to make a statement and not to pick up a paycheck. He knows what this means for him and for his career and for his family. He's been world champion before, and he has impressed the fans since he got back in July 2012 from a year-long retirement by knocking out Henry Arad and Hector Sanchez. And then last December the 15th, he fought on the card where on Amir's card in Los Angeles. He fought against a highly touted, undefeated prospect, Sean Porter, and he schooled Sean. He showed him, he gave him a boxing lesson, but he banged with him as well. He banged him up, and most people felt that Julio deserved the win. And when I saw him backstage, I told him there that this was a great performance and that will lead to much bigger opportunities. And here you are in Sheffield and you're fighting against Amir Khan. It's going to be up to you to perform. I know you're going to be ready. I know you're dangerous. But I know as well that Amir Khan will not underestimate Julio Diaz. Amir Khan is the ultimate professional, but he knows what's ahead of him, and that Julio Diaz is going to be very, very dangerous. So make sure, fight fans here in and around Sheffield, make your way to this fight. It is going to be a fight, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to say, shoot, I should have gone. Go, come there and see Amir Khan. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Joel Diaz, former world champion himself, a great trainer, one of the best trainers we have, and I know he has prepared his brother well. I'd like to ask Joel now to make a few comments.
First of all, I want to thank everybody here today. I want to thank Golden Boy Promotions. I want to thank Amir Khan's team for giving us this great opportunity, in which we are taking it very well. We're taking advantage of the opportunity. Julio has prepared himself very well, as a lot of people saw going into the Sean Porter fight. Everybody thought Sean Porter was going to school Julio Diaz, but now we got a new Julio Diaz, a very disciplined, well-prepared Julio that has the proper time to prepare for a fight. I know Amir Khan real well. I've been watching a lot of his fights early in his career. He's a great fighter. He has a lot of speed. And it's a tough task, but it's not impossible. And we are not here in England to collect a paycheck. We're here to ruin somebody's party. And unfortunately, it's going to be Amir Khan Saturday night. You know, we come to fight. And along with my brother, I thank my team, Sabas Rosas, my brother Antonio, Saeed Khaled. They are part of a team, and they come along to support Julio, give him all the strength, and we're ready to go to war. I mean, this fight is, if not the last chance for Julio Diaz, so we are taking advantage of it. So thank everybody. Golden Boy Promotions gave us this opportunity. We thank them. Robert Diaz, and you guys are going to see a great fight. Like Richard Schaefer said, this fight is not going to go the distance. We're going to give it all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joel. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you the former world champion, one of the great fighters, Julio Diaz.
Thank you, Richard. Hello. First of all, I want to say thank everybody for being so great on making us feel welcome here. Everybody's been good. Asif, good gentleman. Robert Diaz for always guiding me and keeping his word on. He told me, you do your job, I'll do my job. As Richard mentioned right now, he told me after my fight, he did, and he came through. You know, that's a big motivation for me, that they're believing in me. And, you know, I'm proud of myself as well. Coming back, I didn't retire for a year. I took a break, had a reset, and that's all I did. And coming back, I did it slowly but surely, and with everybody counting me out, everybody's telling you, you can't do it, you're done. I have been doing it, with all those critics saying that I don't have it no more, and I'm here. Ironically, my last fight, I was in the undercard of Amir and Carlo Molina. And that's, for me, it means a lot, because being here right now, for me, in my last fight, I was over there in the bottom table. And I looked up and I don't belong here. And when I took the podium, I said, my next fight, I gotta be up here. This is where I belong. And here I am. So I'm proud of that, and it's a big motivation for me. Now about Amir Khan, I know I have a big fight in front of me, tough warrior. A lot of people don't see what fighters like myself see in fighters. Yeah, a lot of people don't see Amir Khan is a warrior with a lot of heart. He has fought fights where he's been out on his feet and has finished to win. Not a lot of fighters can do that. So I know he has a heart of a lion, he has speed, he's very determined, and he has a big responsibility ahead of him. And he has to come through and deliver in front of his fans. So that's going to give him that extra push. So I got to try to break through that first, then break through his heart, and then try to hurt him. So that's a lot of obstacles. And we train for that. We're ready. I came to fight hard. And I think this fight is a lot more dangerous than people anticipated. You know, they counted me out due to my some performances I've had, and but that wasn't me. I'm back. I structured myself, and I'm a refreshed fighter. And you're gonna see, you know, being up here right now just gives me more of that drive and to make it better. And Amir Khan is in front of me right now, and he's my ticket. So I'm here, and I'm gonna get it. I said I would be here. I'm here now. So I know Amir is a professional, and he's a class act in the ring. And that together with myself is going to put up a great fight for Sheffield and the world. They'll enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julio. Now, to Team Khan, I'd like to acknowledge some people. First of all, Asif Ali from Khan Promotions, terrific job. You really did it very well. Thank you for all the hard work, and I know it is very hard work, so great job, Asif. I'd like to acknowledge Robert Davis, Amir Khan's attorney, and then of course the man who is behind him. Thank you so much for your continued trust. It's a pleasure to work with you and with your team and with your son. This is very important, as I said to us. That's why I am here. and I'm not in New York at the Garcia and Judah fight. Amir Khan, I still believe, has the possibility, as I always said, to become pound for pound the best fighter in the world. His journey continues here on Saturday night, and I've been proud to be part of it so far here in the US, in the UK, and in the US. And Sean, thank you very much for your trust. I'd like to acknowledge as well Taz Khan, Khan's uncle, Khan Promotions, and of course one of the best trainers in the sport, who trains among many others, one of the best pound for pound fighters, Andre Ward, and now in his second fight, Amir Khan as well, and that is Virgil Hunter. It's a pleasure for me now to ask Virgil Hunter to say a few words.
Good afternoon to everyone here in our press conference. First, let me say that I've been having a wonderful time here in England, both in England as well as Sheffield. I've been here since April 13th, and glad that we came early. It takes quite a while to get acclimated to the time change. Consulting with a few professionals who are pretty well versed in that, those changes, and they say it really takes you 2 days to acclimate to 2-hour time difference. So Amir felt it even himself the first 5 or 6 days, and I'm glad that we came early and give me an opportunity to see everybody and see some of these historic scenic sites. Been having a wonderful time. Yeah, I want to give all the respect to the Diaz family. I myself have watched each brother throughout their professional career. I've got a lot of respect for them and the fighting camaraderie family that they have. It's a lot of similarities between Julio Diaz and Amir Khan. Both of them are on the comeback trail, so to speak. Both of them have had obstacles in their way, and both of them have attempted to resurrect their careers. Julio had taken a year off, and Amir Khan making a change, which took a lot of courage to leave one of the most acclaimed trainers in the world and to come to where he felt would be a good situation for him. We assessed Amir when he got there. I too have followed his career. I too had questions about certain things that was going on in the ring with him. And when he came, he was very open to some of my concerns as far as his fighting ability and some of the other things that concerned me. So we were able to assess these things and we were able to correct them. So, and when I mean correct them, there are other things outside of what we might see Saturday night. I've been following Coach Diaz and some of the comments that he's made. Both fighters have been knocked down. Both fighters have been stopped. The difference is Amir's been stopped. He's been on his feet. And Julio's been on his back. So anybody can get knocked out. So when you come to knock somebody out, you have to be careful you don't get knocked out yourself. We do have this question Saturday. As I feel personally that there were some big factors in Amir Khan's career going down. As I looked at some of the people that he fought, he gave away a lot of weight. He was 14, 15 pounds lighter than Garcia. He was 13 pounds lighter than Medina. He was much lighter than Lamont Peterson. These things mean a lot in a fight. And we wanted to make sure that we corrected that and make the playing board even. And we wanted to know why he didn't put on that much weight in between fights, and we found that out. So, me personally, I would like to say that that part of it is corrected, because I felt that it was some mistakes made along in his career. But who knows? Maybe it is and maybe it isn't. We'll find out Saturday. But I'm gonna tell you this, if he doesn't knock Amir Khan out, he's not gonna get tired. He's not gonna stand there for you. The beating that he can put down on you is tremendous. And I would encourage you, very, very seriously about this. If you don't knock him out, the beating he can put down on you is fearsome. And I would encourage you, be very, very kind, be very, very hospitable to your brother. Because what I'm saying is real. He can do this. So I'm glad everybody is here. I respect everybody in this room. We got some great fighters in the room, particularly the greatest amateur in history, Mark Breland. That's in my opinion, of course. Galaxy Warrior and all the other greats. And this is all part of the fight. I respect Coach Diaz, what he's done with Timothy. I've been knowing Timothy since he's been 11 years old, and I'll tell you, that was the best move he made. But we have to say what we have to say before the fight. But I do mean what I say, and they mean what they say. So everybody should tune in and encourage everybody else that's not coming, that they should come and see this fight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Virgil. Now, without any further ado, in my opinion, one of the most exciting, one of the most talented, one of the most charismatic fighters in fighting in one of the deepest and best weight classes. I believe he has a tremendous future ahead of him, and that's my friend Amir Khan.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming to the press conference. Thanks to the media and everyone. Just want to thank Box Nation, who are going to be showing the fight on Saturday, and also Showtime in the United States. And the fight's going to be at the Metropoint Arena, which is, I've never fought in Sheffield before as a professional. As an amateur I did. So it's the first time I'm coming to Sheffield and see this new crowd. Not fought in the UK for, over 2 years. The last fight we had here was against McCluskey, and the reason we never fought here was because all the champions were in America, and not many fighters want to come to England to fight me. And I have a lot of respect for Diaz and his team for taking this fight, coming all the way to England. Normally it's me going to other fighters' backyard in America and fighting them there, but this time it's different. But I'm going to put on a great performance for my Sheffield fans and also UK fans. And we got a great card on tonight. I mean, I'm excited to see the fight between Audley and Deontay. I think that's going to be a brilliant fight. We've got two class heavyweights, and I think that's going to be a great undercard to the main event. I mean, training camp's been brilliant for this camp. We worked very hard. Had great sparring with the likes of Angulo, Stan, and other great fighters. We had a great camp, having another fighter who was working alongside me, which was Guerrero, who's got a world title fight on the same day as me, which is going to be in America. But the camp's been brilliant. I've been working with you guys on my conditioning. I want to thank Tony as well, because Tony's been a great conditioning coach who's come all the way from the States to train me. But it's been a tough camp. It was never easy. I mean, the sparring we had must have sparred about over 180 rounds of good sparring with tough guys. And Virgil never took his foot off the gas. I mean, he made sure he was always pushing me and making sure I was not making the old mistakes I was making. I mean, I see myself as a total different fighter compared to the last fight. I'm taking since I've been with Virgil, it was my second camp, and I'm taking the stuff I learned in the first camp into this fight as all, and also because the thing is with boxing, I'm a quick learner, but the old mistakes were always there. I still used to, when I used to get in trouble, when I used to be under pressure, I used to always go back to my old self again, but that's totally gone. You will see a new Amir Khan, a different fighter, different. The way I go in the fight, it'll be totally different. I mean, you'll see a new guy in there, and I hope you like the new style I bring to the table. But like I said, I'm sure Diaz is ready. He quotes that he's in the best condition he's ever been in. So that's what motivated me to work hard, train hard, and not cheat myself. A lot of fighters can cheat themselves. I've not done anything wrong in this camp. I've given 110%. I've pushed myself hard, and I don't think anything can go wrong. And just want to thank everyone again for turning up. And don't forget on Saturday night, make sure you're there, because it's going to be an amazing show, and we are looking forward to it. And I will cause fireworks, and it will be a brilliant fight. I won't let my fans down, and hopefully come Saturday we will be back on winning ways, and this will take us to other bigger fights. Thank you.
Thank you, Amir. We are going to open it up now for questions, and then we're going to, of course, have the fighters available on one-on-ones as well.
Question for Audley and Deontay. Audley, a lot of people are saying, as I say, it's the last stand for you. But basically, is your plan to get Deontay past 5 rounds?
You know what, my plan for this fight, by hook or by crook, you get me, I'm going to be victorious. It's not about plan for 5 rounds, plan for 1, 2, 3 rounds. I already know the kind of guy that Deontay is. People are worried that past 5 rounds he's going to be in the deep end. He is going to be in the deep end, but I know he's going to be able to swim the deep end. You know, he's like from Alabama, that kind of rough, tough. So I know he's going to be able to swim in the deep end. But I am going to take him there. But like I said, by hook or by crook, I'm going to find a way to win this fight.
Deontay, do you reckon that you can last the distance? Because you've knocked everybody out between 1 and 4. And at the end of the day, as you say, you're the KO king.
Well, that's been a big question in my career. Can I go the distance? You know, and that's what the training for. You know, that's where you know where your distance and your measurements you can go. You know, the fight is just a treat for me. If the fight is a treat, is where let me show the people what I can do. You know, and I can go any round that you want. If it was 30 rounds, I can go all around and still breathing. You know what I mean? So, you know, going the distance is no problem with me. I like to go the distance. You know, I wouldn't mind going the distance, but you know, in this game, you don't get paid for overtime, and that's how it is.
Any other questions?
Well, if there are no other questions, then we're going to conclude the press conference. We're going to post the fighters, and then you have, of course, have them available to the media for one-on-ones. Thank you very much.